So there's some good stuff. Okay. All right. The content of this meeting is being recorded up to YouTube. Well, I hope so. Everybody, I know you can hear us probably right now. I'm trying to wait for this thing to get me there. It's a little slow like me. Hi, everybody. Welcome to someone sits in a wine army spotlight. All right. The content of this meeting is GHB Spotlight. It's a mess over here. I'm James Lott Jr. And above me or beside me or however you see him, it's Frank Moran.
Hey, everybody.
I don't know how you say everybody out there. But we are here to talk about the shortened week of General Hospital. It was mostly Ava's trial. We had a few other things, but mostly that. Oh, we also had Brooklyn had all her clothes on, her sex scenes. We have that too. Oh, Frank's laughing already. We'll get to about that. But first, which is copyrighted by Julie Chen Moonves, excuse me, Julie Chen Moonves. But first, a couple of church announcements. Number one, there's no YNRBB this week. We might do next week. I'm gonna talk to the ladies and figure out what's going on, see where they're at. So we'll stay tuned for that. But today I released new episodes of Neighbors, and Dynasty 2: The Colbys. They are both out now. Check those. That's a different kind of soap block today. So there are new episodes. Chriselle Staus, who I'm friends with, is on Neighbors now. So check that out. And I talk about how I met her and the whole thing. So
Neighbors.
Neighbors, that's me. Sorry, Neighbors. Check that out. Hi, Quilts. Oh, Kita on Quebec, Medora, Devin. Hello, you guys. So just stay tuned for that. After this, ooh, folks, I just watched Friday's episode of Days of Our Lives, and I was sobbing like a baby. Doug died, as you guys know. In real life, Bill Hayes passed away. So now they are addressing Doug Williams' death. It's 50 years he was on the show. They brought back my hope, Kristen Alfonso. Oh my God. Oh, who played his daughter. Oh, I was sobbing, you guys. Sobbing like a baby. Oh my God. It was so good. I know this week's the actual, everyone's coming back and it's a whole thing. And it's their 15,000th episode, Frank. 15,000th episode.
How did Doug pass within the show?
In his sleep.
Mm.
They have an actor laying in bed with the white hair. And it just, and have Susan Seaforth Hayes replay that death. I just don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it. It's like it's very similar to the we talked about other time, the JR thing with Larry Hagman dying and friends having to redo it again. I mean, kind of. I mean, it's just I know it's acting and I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it. But everybody's back. We got Mr. Reeves. We got Matthew Astry who plays Jack. They're bringing back Marie Chia. They're bringing back Gloria Loring. They're bringing everybody back this week. So it should be a really good week. But my girl Chris Alfonso is back. That's all I care about, you guys. That's all I care about.
Oh, did Peter Rocco come with that as well?
At the very end on Friday,
Oh,
his hand moved. He's in a coma. His hand moved. She said, "I need you, Bo," and that's how I went off.
oh, there you go.
Yes, Susan delivered. She did. She did. I'm going to mention this next to you guys. I'm already mentioning it. A few hours ago, we just found out Wayne Northrup passed away. Who played also Roman Brady. So both Roman
Wow.
Brady died this year.
Oh, poor
Between
little
Craig
man.
Huston and him. He was also on Dynasty. He played Michael the driver. He was also Lynn Herring's husband. So shout out to Lynn.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. So he passed too. So it's very interesting that he went. So yeah, he's out there too. Everybody's talking. Yeah, they go. Bo's coming. I heard he's coming. I think Peter Ruggles coming back too. I think he's coming back. Also, I'm wearing a shirt that says "I'm still dead." Rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated yesterday. So if you went on Facebook, I got so many messages. I was minding my own business, working yesterday, an organizing job, and and then Flobo sent me a text. He's like, "Are you dead?" Like, okay. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Then I got another text from somebody else like, "James, I'm just checking, are you still alive?" I'm like, "What are you guys talking about?" So my cousin's wife got hacked, apparently, and said, "Oh my God, he passed away unexpectedly a few minutes ago." And that is not true, clearly. I'm right in front of you. I didn't come back from the dead. I'm not an aberration. But she got hacked, and that's what happened. But I don't know why me. I got chosen to be dead. But I appreciate everyone who was like really thought I died. I very appreciated it at first. So I did post I'm alive, and all the comments have not disappointed. They've been so hilarious. The comments have been my friends like foiled again, and everybody just laughed at me. So it's it's so I don't tell you, Frank. I thought they thought I was dead
Look at that. But you've risen. You have risen.
on Sunday. It should be. I'm alive, folks. That was all just a hoax of sorts. So I guess I've made it, Frank, now when someone thinks I'm dead. I have a death hoax.
Look at this. Yeah, yeah, see? Yeah, you're unstoppable. The unstoppable James Lott Jr.
I can't be killed. So anyway, so that was just kind of a crazy. Yeah, James, you come back from the dead. How very soap opera. Yeah, I know exactly. You're glad I'm alive. Think me too. I was glad. I mean, I was tired. I feel like I died yesterday, but I was not anything. I fell down the stairs yesterday while at work, but I'm
Oh
alive.
no.
I did. I tripped. I missed a step and fell down the stairs, but everything's intact. I'm still here. Everything's fine. I'm a little banged up, but everything's fine. So I don't know. So anyway, just want to tell you that. Edition days at 3 o'clock. Though we talk about all that over there too. So check them. My chocolate twin and all of them. Talking about that over there. So I think that's all the church announcements. But I had to make sure I talked about that.
You brush with death.
I brushed for death. It was just so weird. I was like, I was minding my own business. I had no idea what was going on. The phone said something first. And we were like, oh my God, you okay, James? I heard what happened. Like nothing happened. I'm alive. I was just working. That's the funny part. Nothing happened. But that's kind of crazy. So anyway, keep the comments coming on the page. If you're my Facebook, continue to comment on it. It's making me laugh. So here we go. Okay. We had 3 days. They packed those 3 days. I'll give it to you. They packed those 3 days. And I want to tell you, Frank, overall, I'm going to ask you your thoughts overall. I enjoyed all the content we got. Because the trial, they gave us a trial. They really did kind of give us a trial. I mean, they went back and forth. We got to see all kinds of people. Rick Hurst, to me, he's resigned fast. They need him back on the show. I mean, to me, it was just like he need back on the show. We also Lulu. I chuckled the whole storyline. I chuckled the whole time, but it was soapy goodness to me. So I'm okay with it. I'm actually okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. But I did laugh, like this chick who has been in a coma for like how many years, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm well here Frank stuff, of course. I didn't mind that. And yes, Brooklyn kept all her clothes on during her sex scenes. So we had a lot of content in 3 days, Frank. What are your overall thoughts?
Uh, boy, I will say, part of me misses, those days where we would, with this holiday week, we would get that like one episode where it was just some kind of dream or alternate reality episode.
Didn't get this
Uh,
year. Didn't get it.
no, it's been a few years, I feel like, since we've had like
Yeah.
a soap staple, like, oh, this is, just an alternate universe that we're seeing. Only because those episodes were always, terrible and they drove me crazy. So, but yeah, this week, I mean, short week. Thanksgiving is going to spill over into next or in this coming week, so
Yeah.
we will get to see whatever fiasco is going to be happening at the Q Mansion for that. But what the thing I like best about the Lulu stuff was she's already been in a coma so long, so I appreciate the show did not pull a Lucky where it just took a while of him just being isolated in Africa, playing cards repeatedly on end and on end. This, yes, it does not conform to any sort of medical reality at all. But darn it, let's just get her up, let's get her moving, let's get her out, let's just start mixing stuff up. So yes.
They did. I mean, I laughed. I might chuckled, but I was just like, why not? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I
Let's
mean,
go.
because realistically, did fans want to see a more realistic portrayal of that, where she kind of slowly wakes up and then she's going to be, recuperating for months and with physical therapy and stuff. No, no, no. Let's get to the juicy stuff. We want to see her out in Port Charles, mixing it up, running into Cody, which is great. It gives you somebody that's, been on the canvas for a while, but has not been on it while Lulu's been on it. So a great soap staple of like, well, how can we get her out, but still not have her be meeting anybody of, personal significance? Cody, perfect person for her to run into.
But here's the thing, though. We're gonna start that storyline first because I thought it was very interesting. People were saying, "Well, didn't Cody know what she looked like when she was laying there?"
Well, it's dark. She's wearing a hood.
I guess so.
Uh, you know,
Okay.
he's seen her in photos, never seen her in real life. So, not necessarily thinking like, oh, wait a minute, this is my best friend's comatose ex-wife who, I'm not expecting, in a context you're not really expecting to see her in, like hanging
Yeah,
out on the side of the road in
that's
a
true.
hood
That's
and
true. No,
doing
I'm with you. I mean, I was fine. I'm just saying, folks have brought that up. And I was like, I guess that's true. I was wondering, but hi, East Coaster. Yes, great chem testing between Lulu and Cody. Didn't I say Cody? I said Cody last episode.
Yeah.
When it happened, I go, I said that. I told because it was like, who could she be with? I said Cody. I said it, folks. Go down. I said it. I was like, so my God, I said it. And it was a great chem test between them. I see something.
Yeah, it worked well.
It totally worked. They said Cody did visit her with Dante at the hospital, but I guess maybe he doesn't remember her that much. I mean, he wasn't. Maybe just some. I mean, he didn't know her. He didn't know her. So maybe that's just. I'm going
And
with it.
and I don't know when like since we didn't see her face at that time, I don't know if she had something obscuring. Did she have a mask on her face or anything like that obscuring
Yeah,
it at the time? A little
yeah,
oxygen
that's
thing.
true. No, I'm
So
going with it.
who
I'm
knows?
with Frank. I'm going with it. But see, my thing is, I'm very curious. What was Cyrus's? What was he going to do with her? He was going to transfer somewhere else, to North Carolina or something. Like, what was he going to do with her? And Laura said, and what was he going to tell Laura?
Yeah, I know. How was he gonna make that like that it got as far as it got without
Right.
anybody saying like, well, we need to hear directly from the mayor
Well,
herself.
Lucky coming in there was kind of, he made sense. He was kind of like, what? He's like, excuse me. And they get a little attitude with them, like, we're fine. Like, no, he's like, your incompetence tells us otherwise. I was thinking the same thing. I'm going, like, we're like, what? Oh, we'll handle it tomorrow. We'll get the tapes tomorrow. He's like, no,
Yeah.
tomorrow. What? And he's like, well, he is her uncle. And he's like, and Lucky's like, well, yeah, I guess we are biologically sure. But it's like, I'm thinking for, I always think, when I see Cyrus, I think of you, whenever he does something, I always say, again, he doesn't read the room. Cyrus just does what he wants. And it's kind of like, well, what was he gonna if he took if he took her away? And Laura's like, "Where's my daughter?" Like, what was he? I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't going to get in Laura's good graces.
I don't know how he thought taking her all the way to North Carolina was gonna be like, yeah, yeah. Laura would totally support that move.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to laugh on that. Homegirl creating a diversion and getting out, and nobody. I mean, it's just nobody. Okay, so I was fine with that. I'll go with that. So that was kind of a fun little adventure. Her finding Cody, whatever. But I would say it was a cliffhanger that Friday before,
Yeah.
or is it like when she had the key and went in. So was going inside to Maxie's house. Thinking it made sense she'd go to her own house. She's thinking this is where I live, and her about to go in. Meanwhile, folks, in the bathroom, Maxie, I'm pregnant. My mouth went to the ground, Frank.
Oh yeah. Sasha's got that quarter-made baby now.
It's that baby's related to so many people. It's like somebody listed online somewhere. Like it's a magical baby. Like that baby's born. It's magical. But I was like, oh my gosh, she's pregnant with Michael's baby. I mean,
Yeah.
but meanwhile, Lulu's about to come in. I'm like, it's just like I will say that was a good cliffhanger, and then have James coming out. That was
Yeah.
kind of fun too. That was the little actor's fun.
Given just how nonchalant he went from like stranger danger to like, I'm just gonna be munching on some
I
cookies
didn't,
casually when they come out. Like, man, he just chilled it out as soon as she
she
left.
left. She
Yeah,
left.
I'm just gonna get a cookie now.
There was that whole sequence was hilarious. Of course, they find out when he goes to the picture. Look at the books on the coffee table. Who says that first of all? And then you say, "Well, it's her."
Yeah.
okay, that's just like so weird. But meanwhile, her and Cody have good back and forth, fun stuff. But then she goes to the Quartermains, which to folks who get upset, I go, that makes sense to remember. She didn't live at the penthouse where Laura and them lived. She lived at the Quartermains. Folks are getting upset. I go, why are you getting upset? She went to her house, the last place she lived. Then she went to the second last place she lived, which, well, her and Dante had an apartment somewhere too, but like she lived in the Quartermains. Why wouldn't she go there? She's part of the family, so to speak. So to me, it made sense.
Yeah, and just uh
But
I,
Geo,
I would love to see just I mean, it's so easy to get to the Quartermain Mansion, man.
oh,
You
it's
know,
very easy. Oh,
whether you live there or you don't, it's just easy access to the property.
I know, isn't that crazy? It's like at least Sunny had guards and stuff. People posted out there. Did nobody just walk onto the property? No big deal. I mean, just like I'm thinking, is it gated somewhere? Like I mean, it's the bag thing of the bag. The pool house is off to the sides. I mean, I don't.
There's just Geo. Just I mean, Geo big story. We were wondering when Geo's going to get a big storyline of his own, and I guess it's playing this halftime show. So, uh, thank thank goodness we got that. But yet again, another character that she could chat with that could, drop a few kind of nuggets to make her question like how exactly long she's been gone. Lois Cirillo's back here. What?
what's today? I mean, heard Cody. What's today's date or whatever? Or what is today? And he's like, and he goes, like, what is it? He's like, okay, you weird bitch. And like, yeah, that was realistic. He was like, that's kind of weird. Yeah, the difference is all people just walk into the Q house like it's the mall. Just walk in. But she did. She just walked on the front door. Like, there's no like door's not locked. Right? Like it's these are rich people, and she walks in. But it isn't. But the whole thing apparently was a nod to the past when catatonic Laura saw Lulu, played by Julie Marie Burns, that they had her see Rocco.
Yeah.
Thought that was very cool. That was the cliffhanger. That was
Yeah.
very
Which I love that. Man, we went just from 0 to 60 on that. Now she is meeting the family again. Love it. Love it. Now we can just deal with the repercussions of her catching
yes,
up on what she's missed all these many
yes.
years.
Oh my god. And there was a cute little exchange before that with Lois and Olivia about her becoming a Nona.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. A little fun little exchange about that and all the kids and stuff and how it's fun. I can attest to a grandfather myself. It is fun being a grandparent. I can do whatever I want. I don't listen to the kids. I do whatever I want when they're with me. It's fun. It's like fun. And shout out to my sister Zandra, who became a grandparent on Thanksgiving for the fifth time.
What?
My little grand nephew Theodore was born on
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
nice. Well, I hope he and Simon and Alvin
And
will.
get along great. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. But we had a
So
Thanksgiving baby, so
yeah,
it
as
was
much as I mean, the only thing that would make this Lulu return is like if we were lucky enough to get Julie Berman playing the role, but just having that character back on the canvas is great.
I think right now, and some people would say, like we said this, I said this last week. Let's give Alexa Havens a chance. She just started. To me, right now, I'm okay with her. I have no right now. I have no complaints yet. There's nothing. I have nothing to complain about. Right? Same for you.
No, yeah, no, not at all. I mean, it seems like so far I'm digging what she's doing. She seems, playful as well as,
Yeah,
calculated as well as,
yeah,
I'm sure she's gonna have, we'll see her getting really emotional as she's seeing
yeah,
her
yeah.
teenage son. So
Yeah.
I've
I know.
missed all these years.
She was like Rocco. She was like, what? Yeah, we should see Charlotte too. So we're like, oh my god. Yeah, I agree with you. I think she's fine. But the part that I did not expect that was so everybody's mentioned, and you guys mentioned in the chat room already. It was delicious, Frank. Your buddy Cyrus read Lucky, and Elizabeth was standing right there like, well, her expressions was like, oh my god, he read the f out of him. I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, I didn't expect that. Like spending, like you said, spend more than 10 minutes with your son where you talk about family. I was like, oh. I mean, Cyrus, you're still wrong. You're completely wrong. But you're not wrong about that. Actually,
No.
that part.
It was great to see the two of them orbit each other, which was nice.
Yes. Yes.
And certainly Lucky, if he wasn't a fan going in to this conversation with Cyrus, he left less of one going out of it. So
He did. But I remember, I think we both said last we were waiting for them to kind of they hadn't talked yet or anything. But now, yeah, now we know they don't get along. But when he told him, Liz was just like there, just like sitting behind him, like, okay,
But
I
we were
was
wondering, like, what was going to keep, Lucky in town for a while. I mean, helping
yes,
out Liz, great. And now that Lulu's actually awake, another great reason. Especially now that Cyrus has proven to be such a jerk about this. Like, no way, I gotta keep this guy in check.
yes, folks. That's also another thing. Um, that he's going to help Liz look into the drugs, the digitalis
Yeah.
or whatever. So they always come with some weird ass names. And see what's happening. So I think yeah. So now we have reason to keep him here for a little longer. Hopefully, for me, I hope they actually resolve where he decides to just stay, not this whole like, okay, I'm done with that now. Now what's next? And then I don't want to go through this again. Just like at some point he decides to stay for a while, and let's just have that. That's what I
Yeah.
hope.
I mean, I guess if we're going in the direction that him helping out Liz, brings them closer together, and that's also the reason why he decides to stick around longer.
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go through this whole thing where he finishes this story and it's like, well, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm still gonna leave. I don't want to go through that again either. And then find another reason like, but Laura is gonna be. She's gonna have something to say. Ooh, she's got a lot to say. She's back tomorrow apparently, so we're gonna see what she has to say about all this.
Yeah, it's, I mean, certainly real life production schedules and stuff, I'm sure played a part in this, but man, clearly, like story wise, hard to believe that Laura was so checked out and
Yeah,
Cyrus was able to do as much as he did over there.
yeah, I agree with you. So again, we have to put sometimes you gotta just put some disbelief in there and just kind of let that go, right? So, Lucky could have said, "I'm here now, bitch. Step off." No, Lucky can say nothing. Lucky is too much. Can say nothing.
As much as he did.
Lucky was just lucky he was there. Shit. Um, but was
And
he
it
ever?
looked like, Lucky's jacket, he was looking good though in that, kind of three-quarters coat. So
Yep, he's working it out. Yes, they heard you last week when you were
that's
talking.
right. I was like, all right, this is a man that's looking a little bit more put together. Okay.
Get a shower finally. So yes, but anyway, so that was so I'm with Frank. I'm glad that storyline is now we're going to go full steam ahead. This week should be really good. I mean, with Tracy and her, oh my gosh, should be. I mean, it's going to be
Oh, cannot wait for that.
like Lulu and Tracy should be really, really good because she's at the Quartermains now. So I mean, Tracy, I mean, it's gonna be wonderful. And the fact that Cody works at the Quartermains, I'm already in. I'm already in. I'm already in because we're gonna have to distance. So folks, um, I know. Yeah, Tony did say that last week. Tony said I was older than Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know he said that last week. Yes, I know. On his show, I was like, he always said that to me. Like, so I don't know how old I am all the time. No, I like that they have to establish that Sasha and Cody are cousins at this point. They're not going to date. It looks like they have. So now they're setting it in place. So at some point, it's going to be a distant memory, I think. And so now having Cody in the whole Quartermain Lulu orbit and Cody and Dante are friends. I mean, that's good. So that's good. Then we got over here, we're gonna have Sasha and the Michael Willow stuff. So that's so it's good. Now we're getting them into something. So it's good.
And I'll be curious to see how this is all impacted by Michael leaving.
Yeah, that's the thing. We still know he's leaving. That's the crazy part. We know that the character. I mean, and there's no plans to recast the character. So this should be really. Hopefully, it's juicy. Hopefully, it's really. I hope it's really juicy because there's so much right now. It could be juicy
Yeah.
with the whole Drew and Jason and Sasha, and it could be really good. And Nina, it could be really good. But I have to mention, I did appreciate Jordan and Curtis talking about Drew and the whole thing, about lies and things like that. And when Michael, oh my God, he did it. When he did it, it was good. He got Drew to say everything, and he played that one little part for Curtis.
Oh,
Dumb. He felt dumb as fuck. Use my language. He
there
felt
you go. Well, I give it up for Curtis. He was already feeling bad that, Drew is not returning his calls.
right. Come on,
Yeah.
Drew. Return a call. Cheese and crap. You don't want to look guilty. Why? I mean, he's not returning your calls. So he sees Jordan. He's like, he's not returning my calls. Because I'm like,
Oh, sorry, Curtis.
And then Michael put the nail in the coffin when he said he was never going to be when Drew said that
Yeah,
he was never going to be CEO.
like
Hey,
man, they just drove over Curtis, backed up, drove over him again.
woo! I was like, now I would love to see an evil side of Curtis, retaliating Curtis. I would love to see him work with Michael and take down Drew. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Who knows if they'll go there and do that? I don't trust it, but I would love that.
I mean, yeah, that would definitely be the more fun route because otherwise Curtis is just going to look like a chump. He just sits there and just takes it and then, just acts like, like Drew, thank you, Drew. You hurt me. I'm leaving. Goodbye. We were in a garbage can together with rats, and this is what you do to me?
He just, I mean, he just, yeah. Oh yeah, he looked good in that black T-shirt. I get it, Rodelli. I totally get it. It's good. I'm just saying they're not doing any favors for his character, how they write him. I think Jason will say Sasha's baby initially. I said I don't. Everybody said I don't think I don't know why you guys think that. Some people said they think Jason's gonna say it's his baby.
Yeah, I
Take
mean, I saw something like that where Jason would step up to keep everything, but it seems we've not seen enough of them together to
yeah,
make that like a conceivable, like a believable option.
yeah. I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I don't get it either.
And
Also,
and otherwise that means like that Michael's getting screwed over. And I don't
yeah,
think Sasha would do that to Michael, not
no,
after,
no,
not given how Michael feels about Willow lying to him. I don't think
yeah,
Sasha is going to
right,
go in and compound it with, oh yeah, but I'm also lying to you too.
right, yeah, yeah. Since Frank V is a lying liar who lies, Michael going to recast of the future. Well, that's a strong statement, Joy Jensen. Well, yeah, okay. Um, but I don't know. I just think I don't know if that's going to happen at all. But I don't know. I think Jason's busy with the whole Danny stuff. He's his own storyline right now. Why are we dealing with Sasha? I mean, he's over there trying to figure out where the kid's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, I mean, it does give a reason if they decided to do that, having Jason at the Quartermain Mansion could give a possibility for that cover story to work. Like, oh, we were all living here and we just hooked up one night randomly,
Yeah,
supposedly. But I don't know. I hope not. I hope they don't go that route though.
I'm not right either. And I hope that Sasha gets a happy moment. I want Sasha to have the baby. I want no complications, folks. I want Sasha to have the baby and be fine. She can raise a child by herself. Because since Michael's leaving and then I'm recasting it right away, just let her be by. She can raise a baby by herself. She's in the
Yeah.
Quartermain mansion. They can see there's no baby. They haven't shown a single mother. They show what Elizabeth was a single mother for years, off and on. Sam was a single mother for years, off and on. They can do that.
And they've definitely played up her support system
Yeah,
recently with the
no,
whole Scorpio clan.
yeah,
So she would not be raising it in a vacuum.
no,
Uh,
not at all.
plus, I don't think Jason would do that to Carly either.
Yeah,
Lying to Michael would also mean lying to Carly
yeah,
about this, and so and I don't think there's anything that Jason could say to Carly that Carly would then not want to tell Michael that, oh, guess what?
yeah,
You have a baby. She wouldn't lie to Michael either. So I feel like it'd be too hard to make Jason lie to too many people he cared about to make
yeah,
that truth for Sasha. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I don't think it'll be Sasha. So I don't know how it's going to come out. But I think it's going to come out. I think it's all going to come out. And but see, here's the thing: everybody's lying, and everybody's been behind the back. So I don't know how. That's what I'm saying. I'm so curious how this is going to be. Now there has been no announcements. People are saying in the chat they're wondering if Sasha's leaving too. I have not heard anything that she's leaving. That doesn't mean that she's not. That doesn't mean she is. So they could leave together if that's something just to put it write them off. Everything comes out and they write them off. I don't know, and I have no idea. But I have not heard any casting news.
Um, yeah, and who knows? I mean, I really thought they were gonna when they first started pregnancy. I thought it was gonna be Willow and Drew, like Willow
Right,
would have been pregnant.
right.
But Sasha's one night stand. Who knows? Maybe they both end up being pregnant. I think it just switch babies.
Like that's not been done before. Mm-hmm. Yes, this is kind of that's funny. But no, some people in the chat are really, and I've seen it not just in the chat, I've seen it online. There's some folks that really want Sasha and Jason in each other's orbit for some reason. I didn't see it. I didn't. I mean, they were together briefly during that whole kidnapping thing, but I didn't see anything. I feel like Jason and Anna they're going that direction. So I don't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, I mean that one's definitely slow going and
Right.
still has the whole Valentine part of it that's still going to be messy
Yeah.
whenever it shows up. I don't mind the idea of Sasha and Jason, but I think, you know, we've only seen them briefly together in that moment, so
Yeah.
it's not enough for me to buy into. They would
Yeah.
need to show some more chemistry and something together for
Yeah. I
me
need
to
more too. Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
into it.
I need more also. But again, I feel like Jason's gonna be really busy with his hands with Danny. That's kind of that. I feel like they're going that, and the whole Drew they're going in that direction.
Yeah.
But this whole thing is going to be very interesting because, like I said, there's so many moving parts happening right now, and we don't know how it's going to explode.
How many rooms do you think are at the Quartermain Mansion?
Oh my god! What I mean, it has to be. I mean, they've said wings before, so it's bigger than South Fork, Dallas. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. It sounds like it's a huge mansion with like probably 10 or 11 bedrooms or 13, but I don't know. I don't know how big it is. You look it up, see what they
I
say.
am looking it up.
I said,
Like
look, I really don't know. I really don't. I never thought before you just said that. I go, I just was an endless supply of rooms. I don't know. I know South Fork had like 9 bedrooms like that on Dallas. I knew that one, but I don't know. It's a good question.
I'm gonna find this out. How
So
many
Frank's gonna
rooms?
find out, folks. Let's make Sasha a strong single mother. I'm with you, Sandra. That's why I'm like, why not just make her a single mother? She lives with the Quartermains. She her family's a Scorpio family. I loved her and Maxie talking. I love that they Denny Flowers says 24. Frank's looking it up.
24. All right. I mean, 24 rooms. Okay. I mean, we're gonna be packing that baby in.
I love. I'm saying for me, I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. Everybody at the Quartermain Mansion, why not? I love it. I think it's gonna be so hilarious. Apparently, there's gonna be a confrontation with Jason and somebody there, like why he's living there. So I mean, it should be good. I'm
I'm
in.
sure Tracy's gonna be totally fine with it.
Oh, oh my God, Tracy, I know. Ooh, woo! I know. Oh my God, it's gonna be. That's why we need Monica. We need Monica. Then seeing folks screaming me online again, I'm like, but you guys said you don't want to recast. You said you don't want to recast.
Yeah.
So I don't tell you guys. I don't. We've had a discussion every week now, Frank. I don't tell these people. They're getting mad at me. I'm like I want her. I want her there too. I'd love for it to be Leslie Charleston, but it's not happening.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, if it's for whatever reason Leslie is not able to do the show, which seems to be the case, do you just not want Monica to be a presence at all? I don't know. I feel like if you want Monica, you know, we at least have to do temporary recasts right now. Until at what point Leslie is like, oh yeah, I could actually do this on a somewhat regular basis.
I'm just like I'm just
Yeah.
my mouth is tied because I'm just like I agree with everybody who wants Monica there. They're enriched so many scenes, but they said at least a Zoom call in. Maybe she's not down for that. Maybe she's not. I don't know. We just don't know what her situation is. We just don't know.
And I mean, admittedly, as much as a Zoom call technologically solves some of the issues, I think emotionally it doesn't. I think it's
Right,
tough to really get a good emotional scene through a Zoom call.
right. So I just think I so my well see I know some people are mentioning it because like on Young and the Restless, Jess Walton who plays Jill because she lives in Oregon. There's times when she does Zoom calls in.
And how are those scenes though? I mean, are they just fun?
Well, when she came back to the show recently, she comes out like maybe once every 2 months. She comes down and films in person. It is different in person. It is different in person. It is.
Yeah.
It's different in person. So you're right. I mean, I agree with you. You're right. But I think some people are just saying. But there's times when she comes on Zoom. It's like, oh, speak to see Jill. She is there.
Right.
Like she is there. So there's that. So that's kind of weirdness too. Like at least it's her. It's her, and she's there. But
Yeah, but I also feel like the kind of scenes, especially because Monica's not been a presence for so long, the kind of scenes that you would want, that I feel like you would want to see right now, that are kind of needed right now,
in
are
person,
just not going to be able to be best executed by a Zoom call.
yeah. So yeah. So I think so. Yeah. So I'm like. again, if you want to do it, I would just say, like I said Erica Slezak last time. I say recast it, and she could be reoccurring. Just have her come on, do some scenes. Also, I said East Coast goes. In my opinion, sometimes Jill's Zoom calls fall flat. There you go. So like that. It's like for some cases, it's kind of like good. She's still on the canvas. We get to see her, but yeah, when she's in person, it's way better. Of course, it's way better. Way
Yeah.
better.
I feel like those are scenes that are just like a brief like, hey, yeah, I'm still a character that exists within the show and I'm just showing you that, I'm still around. Great, thanks. See, talk to you later. Those are those kind of scenes. Like ones where it's just like getting into the nitty-gritty of the Drew, Jason, Monica relationship and their extension to the larger Quartermain clan. It just is not going to come across in a Zoom call.
Yeah, and DG is in the chat, of course, always spreading good cheer. Not really. Um, I don't know if you were here, DG, a few weeks ago. And we did a poll. Should Monica be recast? And it was basically almost 50-50, yes and no. So half the folks said no. They agree with you. They said no because he thinks, or DG thinks, recasting Monica will be a slap in the face to Leslie Charlton and longtime viewers. I don't agree with that, but soaps show characters are recast. I mean, that's what happens. But half the people in our vote in our Zoom in our show agree with DG and said no, do not recast at all. But our other half says yes. So I think it's a preference thing. But soaps think recast. I mean, soaps recast all the time. Certain people, that's all the time. But just I said they always work. But it's a soap opera. It's show. It's a character.
Yeah.
It's like a play or a movie or musical. People recast all the time. But I think it has to be a right recast, something that's kind of worthy of of Leslie Charlton's character.
Yeah, I think I think we're all operating in a world where this is not something that's being done to Leslie. Leslie is,
Right.
it has been run by her, it's been vetted. She's like, yes, I am not capable of being
Yeah.
back there in any kind of meaningful way forward, for at least the foreseeable future. So if you would like to recast, even if it's a temporary one until maybe at some time that I can, great. I mean, so
Yeah.
I think we're all operating in a world that it would be done. And yes, I know the way that the fans are in this current climate of GH, nobody is trusting, the heads of
Oh,
the show.
they're not shut yet. They're just yet all. Yeah, they're not.
Yes, I understand that, but at least I'd like to believe that we're operating in a world where everybody's, feelings are being considered and everybody's operating above board.
Yeah. Well, right now nothing's happening, so there's no Monica anyway. There's no discussion. Obviously, she's not on the show, and that's how it is at the moment. So,
No, she'll be
but
at a
people
conference. We'll hear that next week
at
when
a
Thanksgiving
conference.
rolls
She's at a
around.
conference. Yes,
She's
at a
in
conference.
Germany still.
Yeah, she's still at a conference. So we're like, well, there you go. But I'm happy to see the Cordray mansion full of people, and I think why not? I mean, all we need is a couple sets anyway. Give me Bobby's, give me the mansion, give me the hospital. Like, just give me a few sets. I'm good, and like everything run around that. The parking lot, the tree. That's all we need, Frank. Outside, the chain link fence. That's all we need. I was like, that I need. Also, it brings up there. What we brought up last week, East Coaster, the Edward Q recast. As I said, don't just say it happens all the time. There's certain people, certain shows decide not to recast people. Like they didn't recast Stefano on Days of Our Lives. They didn't recast J.R. Ewing on Down. Like there's certain people like they had. You're right, they did not recast. I don't know if Leslie Charlton, Monica is of the same ilk, but I just know that they have recast certain big uns, and it did work. It went right on, and it worked. In some
Yeah.
cases, it did.
And there has been guest recasting for the character of Monica
Yeah,
throughout the years. So I mean, it has cracked that door open where it's like it is not inconceivable to be
yeah,
somebody
yeah,
take over that role.
yeah, yeah. So we'll rest that. So there's a lot of things going on there at that place. Here,
Uh,
they have from Maxie's bathroom. Yes, you saw Maxie's bathroom. Maxie's bathroom. Serena Hughes brings up.
what I do appreciate though is like, hey, we didn't waste. I applaud GH for just getting to it. Where things that always have frustrated me, where it's somebody keeps a secret to themselves for the longest time and doesn't share with anybody. That we're taking advantage of. We've laid in the groundwork that Sasha's got a family now, and so now we're making use of it. So Sasha's not alone trying to deal with this. She goes over, she chats with Maxie. Maxie's just a great, not she's family now. So like this is like, yeah, you're in the mix. Let's do this.
like you said, because you have Nina, you have me, I mean, you have all of us, Felicia, you have all of us. We will be there for you. We've all been through it for basically. They're like they'll take care of it, and I did like that. I did like that. So I thought that was very cool. I want to go on now to the other, just basically the other huge story. And
Oh,
yes,
are we not going to take a little check to talk about uh, uh,
what I forget again.
Brooklyn's
Okay,
uh,
for shits and giggles, we will. The pacing of the show is dramatically improved. I agree. I agree. Okay, so folks, just for a minute or two, because the fans went buck wild online, it went off on her. That Amanda Seton, of course, which has talked about a lot, has talked about that she's very must be very respectful to her marriage in real life. She doesn't want to do sex scenes. Folks are saying it's love, like me, it's love in the afternoon. What are you talking about? But Chase had no shirt on. And everybody thought it was him too saying that, but apparently he was okay with no shirt on. But she basically had her blazer on when she was having sex with. I'm exaggerating, of course, but she had a lot of clothes on in that scene, Frank. So what do you want to talk about, Frank?
yeah, it's I was reading some of the comments about that as well too. And yeah, I think I felt like I kind of came down where it's like yes, there are spontaneous moments in life where you're having intimate relations with
Yes,
someone where maybe you're completely undressed, maybe you're partially
yeah,
dressed,
that's true. It's very
all
true.
that happens. But I can also see the point too where it's like, yes, you can still have respect Amanda's wishes, but you could have, maybe put her in like a t-shirt from Chase or something like that,
Yes. Okay.
where it's still being respectful for her, but it also kind of plays a little bit more intimate, a little bit more, uh, you know, a little bit more, at least the illusion of sexier, I suppose,
Yes.
than just
Yes.
being like still fully clothed.
There are things you can do. They have all kinds of stuff you can put on and have on, where it gives you the illusion that you're doing something that you're not. And they have intimacy coordinators. Every show has one, and stuff. They work on that, and it's actually now they have to have them. But that's the whole thing. I just thought, no, I don't know if she's pregnant in real life, but I just said people were commenting on that she had. It looked weird to a lot of people that he had no shirt on and she had all these clothes on while they're making out in bed. So I thought it was hilarious, but I thought it was because she said she didn't want to do sex scenes. Really, that was a while back. That whole controversy and how they both want to be respectful to their marriages, and so I was like, well, is that still happening? I don't know, but it did look a little weird, a little bit. And but Frank's right. Sometimes you may have part of your clothes on still because they did run upstairs really quick,
Yes.
do it, and they did it twice apparently. So East Coaster says, um, Amanda Sutton gave birth in real life. It seems as though she hasn't been 100% comfortable with her body, completely her perspective. I love the fact that producers are respected. Okay.
Yeah, no, no, absolutely. Yeah, and they should. I mean, that's always, you want to respect the, your actors on your show. But I also think there's, maybe a conversation to had with wardrobe and Amanda,
Yeah.
like, is there something else we could put you in instead that, still,
Yeah.
makes you feel good, but also maybe kind of gives a little nod to a little bit more, you know, a more
Yeah, because Chase was bare chested, so it did look weird. Either you should have clothes on too. Then, if that was the case, there should aesthetically looking. It should have been he should have had a t-shirt on maybe, and
yeah.
it may not looked as crazy. I agree because Kirsten Storms admitted on her show with Maurice Bernard when she was going through some stuff. Some of those clothes she was wearing, she actually chose that. Those she talked with the wardrobe. Now she feels better about her body. So I'm like, okay. I said that. So they are talking with them a little bit. So that's actually very, very cool. East Coast is with you. You said very true, Frank. So I just again, I'm with you, Andy. Just weird next to a bare chested guy. So so it's very interesting. Just very interesting that they made that choice. I'm not calling for her to be fired or nothing.
No, not at all.
Folks are calling her to be fired.
What?
Like, all
No.
that. Obviously,
Oh,
if her and the producers come to some agreement, then that's the agreement. It's like that's like she's not doing it. She's not being defiant or anything. It's like they agreed. And like Devin says, or they could just kiss and cut to commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that too. No one says you have to do sex scenes. I mean, no one says you have to do them. So I mean, so I guess I mean that's the whole thing. You just like just say, okay, let's make that baby, and then go to commercial. I mean that's it. I mean that's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with that too. If that's not what you want to do in real life, but I just think. But I agree. I've always said this. I've been saying this for years. I'm an old school soap watcher. I want my sex in the afternoon. I want my love in the afternoon. That's what I watch some of these soaps for. I want to see rolling around and kissing and half nakedness. I want to see it.
Yeah. And, but I'm also going to keep a spectrum to like, my mileage may vary for every couple where it's like, yeah, all right, and if I know kind of real world considerations that are playing into it too, then it's like, I'm not going into expecting a Brooklyn and Chase scene to be all of that as we would normally see a daytime in the 11 in the afternoon kind of romance scene be. But I
Yeah.
was also like, hey, maybe just, wear one of Chase's t-shirts instead. That's
Yeah.
still that
That's
might,
sexy.
yeah.
I
And
agree.
still respecting you still got the sheets up, or everything's good there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at least I did enjoy the conversation that the scene there. So I can understand it's, you want to be able to have that kind of post coital kind of conversations where it's like, hey, we don't want this to become like a chore because we're trying for a baby. It's just like, hey, let's just enjoy each other. And if we happen to get pregnant, great, but let's not make this like a job.
Yeah. I agree. That's fine. Okay, we done. Okay.
You
Oh, that's all I want
don't
to
want to like talk about the types of t-shirts that she could have worn?
Frank, that was more conversation I needed. But we did it. We did it for the fans, Frank. Frank listens to you guys. He did it for you guys. I really don't give a few shits. But I'm like, but Frank did it for you. He did it for you. That's why. That's why he's the award
Pants, I love you. I love you. That's why
winner.
James gave me this.
Yeah, he's the award winner. That's what I'm saying. That's fine. I don't give to. I don't care about the couple that much. So that's fine with me. It's fine. But the one I want to now, this is a story I want to talk about because I'm very excited. And I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the prosecutor chick who played her. She did her job. I would have rather have seen someone else that we know, any other insert lawyer here, doing a job. But she did a fine job actually. And
I
Frank,
mean, I feel like our only one could have been, uh,
Sky.
yeah, or yeah, it could have been Tad. Or I'm sorry.
Slipping a tongue. Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt like the one scene was when, uh, your boy Rick, your boy Rick was really going in on Christina. I felt like she was a little quiet during that, but I understand you want to kind of just to give Rick his moment, really just
Yes.
hammering away.
Yes. But no, but here's the thing. Throughout the trial, though, there was a lot of objection,
Yes.
sustained. They did on both sides. They did. I felt like this was one of the few trials that felt like one of the nighttime show trials where they kind of go, or a streaming show trial. They did a lot. It's like, come on, that you can't say that. You got there was a lot. There wasn't that much theatrics till Alexis at the end kind of started her
Oh,
little. You can't do it.
God.
Shut up, bitch. Sit down, bitch.
Oh,
But I'm saying, but the actual trial itself, it felt like it was. We had opening statements. We had the prosecution do for it. I actually enjoyed this trial, and it was quick, fast, in a hurry. It wasn't like it was like
loved it.
there you go.
Yeah, the speed of it was great, and we
Yes,
got to see some nice meeting moments both with Christina and Ava. And I think it feels like Rick achieved his objective where, I mean, he was getting Molly to, say the accident. So like that was the whole point. It's like this was, nothing was done with deliberate malice. It was just a horrible confluence of events that led to a terrible accident.
which we all know is what happened.
Yeah.
We all know at home that's what happened. So it's very interesting to see. And it's interesting. Molly, I mean, she was just like she thinks it was Christina's fault too. I mean, she really does deep down think that she wants to focus on Ava, but you see when TJ asked her, he was like, "You heard it was a tragedy or whatever she said." And I was like, "She thinks Christina did it. She really." I mean, because Rick was the writing was so good. Whoever wrote those scenes really good because Rick is gold. I completely agree. To have Rick not go hard at first,
Yes.
It was like, are you going to defend me or what? Like, what the like? She's like, I was laughing. He was like, just letting them do their thing. I want to hold. I'm asking. We did with Christina. I'm asking for further questions. I'm sorry for your tragedy, but I want to hold on to you. I right to and said that. She was like, wait a minute, that it? But he was smart. He got her later.
Yeah, I did like where he just ended with like, "Why are you lying?"
Oh
That
my
was
god, that was such a good comment. She's like, what? I'm like, why? Like, why are you lying? I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
I was like, "All right, I'll talk to you later."
I'll talk to you later. That was good. I just thought, yeah, again, the Natalia thing. I just don't. So they had her talk about the accident. I get why they brought her, but I just don't get the character. I feel like they're going all wrong. I just feel like they need to either bring Allie back, Blaze back, and then let's just start over. So I don't know. I just feel like this character or her and Christina. I mean, I don't know what's going. I don't know. It's not clicking for me.
Yeah, I can
Throwing
only
her in,
see. Yeah, the only thing that I could, because it wasn't like you throw a scene that really kind of went nowhere.
right?
But I think the only thing it could have served was just to show Sunny that like she's loyal.
Yeah, and I guess so.
Or
Yeah,
if they, just one more reason for Sunny to want to be in a relationship with her.
yeah, I guess so. You're right. That's what it is. But she said no. It's my fault. I went, oh, maybe I like coming home. Okay, I did. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, you're right. They cut the Sunny. You're right. Shit. I
Uh,
didn't catch that, Frank. Frank, I didn't catch that. You're right. They cut the Sunny. They did. James is right. Natalia isn't working. She isn't. It's not working for me. And I love Eva. I've interviewed her. She's a great person, great actress. Loved her as Maria Santos Gray. Loved her on CSI Miami. I love her, love her, love her. I just don't know. Her and Gio both are not working for me. They need to do something either drastic or do something. There's something drastic to make me go, okay, now I'm in.
it's to go back to Geo for one hot second before I go back to Eva LaRue there is we see again as they're laying as Chase and Brooklyn are laying in bed that we kind of close in on Brooklyn as they're talking about
Yes.
babies and stuff like that and we've seen this kind of played along with like Lois looking at Geo like I feel like Geo could be Brooklyn's
And
child.
Dante's son.
Yeah.
That's what it is, I think.
So, I mean, I feel like we're setting that thing up. And I feel like it's just like for Maria, I feel like if she had been brought in as a more well-rounded human being in her initial appearance, like
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's making it so tough to keep buying into her right now.
Yes, and we know, like you said, we mentioned James Patrick Stewart as an example. You and I have both mentioned in the past. He was very unlikable when he first came on, and then it took some time. We love it. Everybody loves him. You put him anywhere. Like it was like it works. So Obrecht, Kathleen Gotti, same thing. Brought on, she tried to kill Robin, folks. Like come on, people, and then became this. Everybody loves her. I mean, love her. So it's like it can be done. We know it can be done with the right writing and pacing and all that stuff. It's just I mean they're supporting characters, but I just don't see where they fit in anywhere. Like I'm just like I don't think because you're right. They're trying to teach us like there's a promise of something more, but it's so slow that we don't. I mean, I don't know what that could be. If her and Sunny kissed by now or something, the stakes would be higher.
Yeah.
If Gio and Trina kissed right now or something, the stakes would be higher. But again, we love you. It's not her. You're right, Devin. It's not her fault. Not her fault. Not her fault at all. I mean, I get it. And Gio can be charming and funny. I agree with you too, Marlon. I mean, both characters could work on some level. I need more.
Yeah, I
I,
feel like it's no fault for
yeah.
Eva Rue at all.
No.
But I think it's just the show not investing enough time in her.
Yes, I agree.
Like you could change our minds, I think, if the show was having her on more frequently
Yes.
in more front burner stories and we're seeing more of a development of her character. But we're not
Yes.
seeing that at all. We see her pop up every so often and she'll do like a little bit scene with, Christina or Sunny or maybe Maxie, but then that's it. And we don't see her again for another long stretch of time. And so hard to get like audiences to go like, oh yeah, I'm really seeing a change in this character. I'm actually enjoying this character's bringing to the show and to these characters. It's tough right now.
With Valentine, we got a whole year, like a year or so of story. It worked out. So it can be done, folks. It's not too late for either of them. I'm not connecting with them at all. They seem like also Rands. When they come on screen, like, oh, okay, there's Natalia. Okay, oh, there's Geo hanging out with Lois and talking about sex. I don't know. It's like
What I
it's
do like about Geo though is there's a little bit of comic relief to Geo, which I
yeah, there
appreciate.
is. Yeah, there is.
So he can come into scenes and kind of say something like that when he had the scene talking about band names, and he actually makes Wally Kurtz laugh, and it
Yeah, he
just
did.
like more of like this is actually Wally laughing as well as Ned laughing within the scene. And it was
Yeah, oh, that was funny.
the little sprinkles like that are great. But I also that can only do so much. You definitely need more, but I think there's at least a little kernel of
Yes.
something that he brings.
Then we had Trina on stand, and she sat on the other side. She sat with Ava. Her and Jocelyn separated. They separated, Frank. And she sat on the side. She testified, did pretty far on the stand, but she did have to say whatever she had to say. But it was fine. I mean, to me, she was fine.
Yeah, this I don't know which I mean I guess this is testament to Trina and Ava's relationships. Like this didn't turn into a bigger thing with them no longer being friends or anything like that. It was there was a couple of little minor hiccups, that but they talked it out, which
Yeah.
I guess if you care about each other that much,
Yeah.
these things, should be, easy to, at least you can have these conversations. So I do appreciate at least how loyal Trina is with Ava, equally both ways in terms of their friendship.
I agree. I totally agree. So she's on stand. Um, I guess that's it, isn't it? It was really that. It's why wasn't Nina at the trial to support Ava? I agree. There was like Nina wasn't there. Um, I guess Diane's busy because she wasn't really there, so I guess she couldn't really be there for Alexis. I think somebody else wasn't there too. I was thinking somebody else wasn't there. I was like, why aren't they there? But again, a lot of times I know it's because of budgets. They can't have everybody in there. Um, but Nina should have been there. I think possibly. That's like the only gripe I guess I would have. That is her friend.
Yeah, that would and if you want to give a little, just a little undercurrent of tension between Nina and Sonny, because if Nina's going over there, right there behind Ava.
Yeah, yeah, that's true too. But they really separate Nina and Sonny. Nina and Sonny never happened apparently. So that's like they completely is like that didn't happen, Frank. That was a figment of your man. That whole Nixon Falls was a figment of your imagination.
I wish I could get that time back. That would have been great.
I know you do. He back then he didn't like it then, so I know I was like
Oof.
he was not a fan of that. So they're really not talking about it.
But like over in the overall though, I think even though I didn't enjoy that Nixon Falls storyline, the fact that it separated Sonny and Carly, and I think I like where Sonny and Carly are, at least on the canvas. They're separated. They're both got their own things going on. The Nina stuff, I know there are fans of Nina.
Yeah,
And maybe in a universe where Michelle Stafford was still playing Nina, I would be as on board with the character as I was with her portrayal of her. It's just she's just a tough character for me to get behind.
um, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I'm just a little thing that goes a long way anyway. So I'm like at the moment. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. She has her own. She has other stuff going on. For me, I just appreciate the trial for its brevity. Actually, it has some intricate stuff in there. Plus, it was very courtroom. So I was given courtroom, and it went fast. So I'm like, I'm good with all that. So yeah, I'm good with all that.
I just don't. Christina's not going to get the verdict that she wants.
She's not.
She's not going to get the kind of justice
Nope.
that she feels is
Nope.
needed on this. Uh,
Nope.
so I don't know where Christina goes from here. I mean, I can't believe. I feel like it's going to be a lot worse for Christina going forward. I think she's going to be
Yes.
she's going to want retribution, and then Ava's got to pay. And if it's now we try the legal way and it's not working, then Dad, what can we do outside the law to still make her pay?
I love it. It's like when Dottie understand. Wow, like she was like everybody's related to Avery. Like everybody's like it's like that's my half sister. We share a father. That's my half sister. We share a father. Like yeah, everybody's related. Everybody related. Molly, everybody, they're all related. That crazy. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Christina's gonna be the one. Again, I think Molly thinks it is Christina's fault. So, but the one thing that and Angel Blue, you're bringing up something that I got to bring this up that nobody's talking about: the window at the Metro Court.
That's true.
Olivia Cardi got off easy. They're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. How does somebody fall from? I've been in hotels. Them windows are thick. You can't fall through a window.
You know, Rick is smart. He's gonna, as soon as they get the verdict for this and Ava's free, he's just gonna walk right across the room to Christina. It's like, hey, why don't you talk to me? We'll sue the Metro Court.
Yes. Well, Angel Blue says she should sue the Metro Court. And no one's bringing it up. No one's bringing it up. I'm just like, this is the craziest thing on earth. Like that was I like that is it shouldn't have happened. You should have banged your head maybe against the window and fell just in the room. But that thing really propelled her out the window.
Yeah, I feel like, liable lawsuits there, you know, nobody wants to watch this daytime.
They don't, I guess. But I just think I just think it's one of those funny components that no one's talking about. Christina is going to try to kill Ava and get caught. I think so too.
Yeah. It's a shame that Scotty is not around because Scotty would be the guy that would absolutely think of that.
Oh yeah, easily.
Even yeah, it's even if it's Sonny's daughter, he's still gonna like be willing to represent her for the payday that he could get out of the Metro Court.
Yes. And they also went over that whole day. They had Jocelyn get up there and talk, and Gia. They all talked. We saw some flashbacks to that fall a little bit.
Oh, that's still making its money. It's
It's
great.
making its money. That's why they're making its money. It is making its. They worked on that again. Frank and I are saying this with tongue out of cheek. That Thursday cliffhanger was amazing. We both were like that was amazing. Did not expect that whatsoever. It was amazing. So I was like, we're being funny, but I'm saying that I mean that they're working the f out of that scene. That
Yes.
it is paying for itself.
Somebody remembered that they are on a soap opera and let's
Yes,
go crazy.
it's so crazy, and that
Let's
was from Geo scream to everything. It was crazy. It was crazy again. Two of my favorite moments of the last year revolve the pool. Actually, it's Ned skipping to tell Auntie and falling into the pool, and her falling into the pool. Those are my two favorite moments of last year, Frank. Basically,
Oh,
at a year-end best, that'd be two of them.
yeah. Who would have thought the Metro Court pool was going to be such a heavy hitter
I
in the
know.
show?
I was like, but I mean, I'm telling you, I got to ask. You guys know I got to ask Wally Kurtz about that. I said you were skipping your ass on there, and like he was like, I'm going, your life's over, bitch. And he was like, and then he trips over a towel. I mean, like, come on, I love it. I love it. And Eddie Main all of a sudden, I love it. I mean, I just think that pool is something else. But I just thought that was kind of cool. They went back up there and showed that fall again, and it was that is kind of scary. You think about it, it really is scary. But I just, yeah, I loved it. I
Uh,
felt TJ thought Molly might forgive Ava. I said, that's the whole thing. I think that Molly thinks it's Christina's fault because she went over there 8 months pregnant
yeah.
to protect her father. That's the problem.
I mean, yeah, easily say like none of that would have happened if Christina had just not gone
Right.
over. None of it would have happened.
That's what happened. Like, seriously. So it's like, it's just kind of this weird thing. And I think Molly actually believes that also. Like, there's something off here. That Christina's volatile, and that was their baby. She kept saying my daughter. I was waiting for her to say Adela too. She didn't say it. I was waiting for her to slip and say it, but she kept saying my daughter. They kept cutting to Molly and TJ like, no, bitch, was our daughter.
Ugh. Yeah. I did like at least Rick calling her out on it. It's like, but you decided to keep that. You're going to keep that baby, right? Which was not the deal. Like you were kind of going back on your deal that you made with your sister and your brother-in-law.
Yes,
Oh, the one thing, because I know they asked Dante like what he thought of Ava as a mother to Avery. It's like, we don't see a lot of uh Ava and Avery scenes. And there's been a lot of time where Sonny and Carly were always kind of like, nope, she's already asleep here, Ava. Sorry. You'll have to come another time to get her. But in all of this, especially given everything that happened with Kiki, I have no for I feel like Ava is a good daughter, a good mother to Avery. So and the show has never portrayed anything otherwise to think that she's not a good mother to her. So that was kind of bummed. Like it was like, oh, Dante, come on. I know that you're not a fan of Ava,
right, right.
but that she's also a bad mother. I don't know. I don't know if I would have Could have gone that
It's a
far.
stretch. I think it's a stretch. Also, I said that's a stretch. It's like no, like you just don't like her. That's fine. You can not like her. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think her and Sunny both have been actually fine. Avery seems like a well-adjusted kid so far.
Yeah.
So and she's close to Carly. We know that she's close to Carly. So she's pretty well adjusted. So I would not. I wouldn't. Of course, later she gets older, she'll probably be a hellion. But I think right now, yeah, I've never seen. I mean, it hasn't left her in a car with the windows up or got her in a shootout or anything. I mean, Michael and Christina and Morgan went through a lot growing up, and
Yes.
Jocelyn too. They all went through a lot with all their parents and step parents, and they all went through a lot growing up. So far, Avery's been pretty much okay. That one little shootout in Puerto Rico, she was a little kid, but that's it.
Yeah. I mean, the worst time was when Gatlin Holt was part of like the supposed abduction of her for a little bit, where they just walked off for a little bit, and then he comes trotting Avery back in.
Yeah.
That's when Avery was like, Gatlin Holt, you SOB. Someday
Yes.
you're gonna die on this show, and no one's gonna even care who
I can't
killed
even care. He's a quarterbain, and nobody even cares. Nobody
you.
cares.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody killed you. We'll never know who it is. Until some years from now when they decide to loop that into some other big twist on the show.
Right now, everybody in chat's debating the whole hotel now. You can sue, but you will lose. Hotels pass inspection. Not exactly. You don't have to fall out of a window to sue. My uncle fell downstairs, got money out of it. You have to have the right lawyer. Passing inspections doesn't mean mistakes aren't made. They're all talking. It's so funny. It's that is a slip and fall. Those cases are easy. That's so many guys are talking about it. I didn't mean to bring it all up like that. I'm just saying. No one's. I mean, you have to talk about it. I'm just saying no one's talking about it on the show. I think it's kind of funny. That's just kind of like there's this major accident at the hotel. Like nobody's talking about it. But they're talking about it in the chat, Frank. They're going back and forth.
I mean, I felt like this would be a great thing, but I also think that Scotty Baldwin also fits that kind of niche, is like the sweet James of Port Charles.
James, if you're in LA, that is.
Yes. Where's the sweet James?
Oh my god. When those commercials start kind of like, James, you have stuff like, no, it's not me. Yeah. But anyway, but somebody said in the chat room, yes, there are some things you have to overlook. Rick should have been the lawyer. I mean, obviously, he's the grandfather of the deceased baby. So I think some people should have been interviewed. So we gotta let all that go. We gotta let all that go. It made for soapy goodness, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, because I mean, you want to see Rick doing his legal stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, definitely. Again, we're just reminded how great Rick Hurst is. He's
Yeah.
good, and him and Ava have chemistry. Comedic and otherwise, it's fun.
This is going to be this next couple week or two is going to be the big thing. It's like, is Rick sticking around?
Yeah,
Which I hope. If
I
you
hope
want
so
to
too.
tell me that we're going to investigate a Rick and Ava relationship, I'm all for it. I
I'm
hope
in.
it's not like, well, Molly, my job is done. Now I'm going away. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Joyce says I had a silly thought when it was brought up that Christina stole Jagger's bag. We might find out an update on his murder. We won't. They don't care anymore about Jagger. He's
No,
gone. They don't care. They
no,
real Joy wrote him out, and they were like, that's it. They don't talk about it anymore. Again, once they're gone, they're gone. And that's what's so funny. They don't talk about them. Nope, I bring that up again.
no.
That was previous regime. Previous regime. They're done.
Nobody cares enough about that case anymore.
Nope,
So,
apparently not. They're just moving right along. Um, I think overall, as we end the show, that's all it was this week. I think Fred what's funny is there are so many right now. There are so many possibilities on the show, which is great for soap opera. There's so many possibilities of story. It's just they have a large cast. Once again, they have a large cast, and they have to figure this out somehow to rotate it. And I think there's so many possibilities, delicious possibilities. A lot of folks like us were a little nervous that they won't fulfill them because they have done that in the past. But at the same time, I've been pleasantly surprised as of late with stuff going on.
yeah, I mean, I feel like hopefully these next few weeks are going to be kind of, heavy Spencer focus.
Yes,
With Lulu back in the mix. So we should see hopefully a lot of Lucky, a lot of Laura, maybe a dash or two of Cyrus.
your
Uh,
buddy,
yeah.
your buddy. I think he does not know how to read a room. Thank you, Dave, for your super chat today. Thank you. But yeah, no, it's yeah. This really showed some of the scenes. So, but I think the first half of the week is gonna be Lulu stuff. I think, which is good.
And it would be great for Diane to come back to find the updated Sam Will.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think so too. I think that'd be good. So I think it's it. I think it's it, Frank. I think it's it. Actually, I mean, there was only 3 days this week, so that's it.
that short and sweet, everybody.
Yes. Well, 69 minutes.
Hello.
And he's at three. Oh my God, he's at 320,180 emails. You hit 320. I told you, I said you hit 320. I said it. I said you would.
There
You
you
did.
go.
I'm in the chat, you guys.
Maybe I just keep it going until a 420.
Oh my God. You might make it before actual 420. Um, yes. Thank you to 72 people who are watching. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's all those emails. We won't be here next week. Right now I'm gonna watch the Steelers and with my club play right now. The Bengals, I think. They're gonna play. Very excited. We won't be here next week, but we will be here on the 15th. That'll be our last show of the year, folks. Our
Oh
last.
man, yeah, that cliffhanger we've got cooked up for you guys.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, you guys. At the very end, someone's gonna show up. You have no idea. Would it be funny if I actually did that? Have somebody from Journal Hospital gonna show at the very end. I go, ladies and gentlemen, and we show them, and we cut off.
That's right.
I might work on that. That's gonna be kind of funny, actually. Like, can you show at the very end? Yeah. So we're back on the 15th, and we will actually catch up on the last 2 weeks, and it's kind of the end of the year until 2025. Wow,
Oh,
that's crazy.
coming close to the 10 years.
I know it's gonna be year 10 for us. It's gonna be year 10 episodes of me and Frank doing
Oh,
this silly little show.
every week making new memories.
I know my 10 years of doing this is in February. My official 10 years of hosting after shows. That's when I did my first Edition Days. It's in February.
Oh man, the celebration that week. Oh man.
Apparently, I'm probably gonna be asked on to the show. I mean, they usually ask us back on, all the former co-hosts. So it should be very interesting. Frank, Tony's working on that. Actually, working on all that because it's 10
Oh,
years of the show too. So he's working on the whole thing. But for us next year, 10 years. So we're going to be entering the 10-year episodes of this show. We appreciate all of you. We do.
absolutely.
Frank and I will be together with our friend John Dunphy this Thursday. Thank you, December 5th or 4th, whatever day that is. It's this Thursday. Talking the first 2 episodes of the Skeleton Crew for Star Wars. So that'll be live at night on JLJ Media here. I posted the flyers everywhere. Let everybody know that I'm not dead, that I'm alive and kicking. I mean, literally, I'm kicking. My legs are kicking. I'm kicking everywhere. And Frank, everybody, we'll see you guys next time.